In the world of educational video games, only a handful of games have broken through the glass ceiling and earned their place among the stars by achieving mainstream success and worldwide acclaim, including such classics as Alpha Beam with Ernie and the History Channel Civil War, A Nation Divided. But one game stands above the rest as a speedrunner's nightmare and a masochist's wet dream. Can you beat Elmo's Letter Adventure without killing anyone? After we get through the game logos and other nonsense, we're greeted with this: Elmo trying his hardest to get away from a large yellow bird. Of course, with legs like that, I don't think Elmo has much of a chance of escaping the wrath of Big Bird. And that face, that would have given me nightmares as a kid if I wasn't already preoccupied with my nightmares about the Muppets coming out of the drain in the bathroom and dragging me back down the drain with them to hell. Anyway, the first big decision is what difficulty to play on. I'm hard, so I'm playing on hard. Now we're on Sesame Street. I could hear horns honking and voices in the distance, so I tried to run into the street in hopes of getting hit by a car. Didn't work. Then I thought, maybe I could wobble this pole enough that it'll come loose and smash Elmo's skull. Again, no. My last hope was that I could strangle Elmo with the balloon strings, but they're embedded in the cement, and they're Big Bird's balloons, so they aren't going anywhere. I got a face full of a large yellow bird's crotch, I blacked out, and when I woke up, I was at Big Bird's farm. He obviously drugged me, which is why I'm seeing all these lowercase letters. I avoided them and progressed through the corn maze until I reached a dead end. I'm Big Bird's plaything, and I'm not going anywhere. Then I blacked out again. This time, the bird glued me to a pogo stick and did his best Night King impression. I must have broken the game by not picking up the letters, because it appears that the game is in some sort of a soft lock. But I can assure you that Big Bird is not soft. I restarted the game, could not avoid the gaze of Big Bird, talked to Grover, and went into fucking space. I was given this go-kart and did a bunch of sweet tricks. My mission was to collect the letter G. I assumed that G stood for God, because Grover is the only god in this crater. I collected a few G's, got to the end of the level, and was in intergalactic space with unfathomable technology. I tried to fly into the sun to be cooked alive, but it didn't work. The upside is that this is a true open-world experience. You can go anywhere and do anything. Rockstar could learn a thing or two from Elmo's Letter Adventure. I collected the required amount of G's. I'd tell you how many that is, but I haven't played Elmo's number journey yet, so I'm not qualified to speak on such matters, and went back to Grover's crater, from which there is no escape. There, I collected the remaining G's needed to beat the level. Next came the real challenge, figuring out which letter was missing to spell the word fish. After a few minutes of heated internal debates, I got it down to 2 letters, N and F. I trusted my gut and went with N, which was wrong. I picked F and was on to the next challenge. Holy fuck, shit, it's a fork! I am sorry, I'm not sure what came over me. Anyway, you spell the word fork with an F, so I chose an F and was on to the last round. The last word is a tough one. Spell the word goat. I was still a little lightheaded after the fork, and I thought that furry thing was a boat. Then I thought it wanted me to spell Zote, which is weird because I didn't expect to see a Warhammer 40k reference in an Elmo game. I took a shot in the dark and picked the letter G. I got lucky and got it right, and proved to all the peasants on Sesame Street that I really am the goat. At my coronation ceremony, Big Bird looked distraught, like he wasn't expecting all these cameras to be there, so he had to put his chloroform and zip ties back in his van. I know what you're thinking. I technically beat the game, but we still haven't beaten Ernie. I talked to him, he took me down into his liquid abyss, then T-posed from the safety of his submarine as my oxygen levels slowly depleted. Despite my best efforts to ruin my own idea, you can beat Elmo's Letter Adventure without killing anyone. If you enjoyed the video, or if your favorite letters are J, G, F, or T, leave a like. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video, or if you already knew your ABCs. Follow me on Twitter at Mitten Squad. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad, and steer clear of Big Bird.